Well, everybody, it sucks to be back home. No, it's good. I did miss my family. But no, it's been just a couple of days since getting home from Blade Show Atlanta for 2024, and this is my haul. So we're gonna go over it about as quickly as I possibly can. I will be talking about some of it and other things that I saw at Blade Show on my live for my Father's Day weekend live here. There will be more Blade Show talk and new knife talk then. But let me just go over real quickly what I picked up, what I grabbed. I'm going to start off with the things that I got for free, and at also very low, one of them at very, very low cost. First off, Kizer. I did go to the Kizer dinner. This is their 11th year in making knives and being in business. And at the Kizer dinner, those who were given an invitation, mine invitation was through Sharif Manganis. What a swell guy. I was his +1. He was alright with me not wearing a dress, so I was his I got in because of him. So, thank you, Sharif. But yeah, so Kizer did this little pouch, and my wife has already filled it up. She commandeered it and filled it up with all the knives that she currently owns, and she commandeered this one that came with it. This is a new model. I believe it's called the Nice Guy. Not totally sure, but Kizer, you know, dressed up the aluminum scales that are black coated with a nice little velvety texture to it. So you've got the 11th year anniversary emblem there. Action for fun is what they're going with. And then on the other side, they've got their koala bear decked out in all kinds of activities. The beach and in an automobile. Yeah, so it's just kind of cool, kind of customized, personalized. Very slicey blades, super thin blades. Got jimping both here and out towards the tip, and it's like right about a 3-inch knife. But yeah, Kizer just straight up gave these to everybody who went to and was invited or suckered somebody into bringing them along with to the Kizer dinner this year. Not saying I know anybody who did that, but yeah. So that's the new Kizer. So one of their newer knives. I gotta tell you, Kizer is going to be killing it in the next 6 to 9 months with some of their new prototypes and their new designs. Look out for what Kizer is bringing around the corner, because there's some sweet things heading out our way from their warehouses. One thing that I also got for free was from a friend, G-Ball. You might know the guy. Good old Gweg. He knows that I've been, every time he gets a handful of these Issuing Stitches Hanks, I always have my eye set on the Deadpool one. And so last order he had, he picked one up, reserved one just for me. And I am very grateful for his kindness with that. I mean, not that I didn't pay for it in beaver nuggets from Buc-ee's, but yeah. And other goodies that I've sent him. But no, thank you very much, Greg. Thank you very much, G-Ball. G-Ball is an awesome guy. Him and his wife, lovely people, and I had an absolutely blast hanging out with them and spending time with them at the show, and we had dinner together Saturday night, or Friday night we had dinner together. So yeah, Greg is one cool dude, a lot of fun, and he is every bit that guy in his videos. He is every bit of that guy in person. He is just such a cool, fun character, and absolutely loved spending time with G-Ball. Another knife that I got for free coming from Vosteed. And this happened at the very end of the last day of the show. They had like 10 knives that they had on the table that you picked up a raffle number. So, you know, 10 raffle numbers. And what is this? The Corgi or whatever they call it? I pretty sure that's the name. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they had this version of it. They're trying out some different scale handle materials and everything, but on the knife. So the knife is fairly new, but they were showing off some new handle designs and materials, and this was one of them that I ended up grabbing. It's not the one that I wanted at first. Somebody beat me to it because I was ticket number 8, and I think it was like ticket number 3 that snatched up the one that I wanted. But that's alright, you know, not going to complain about a free knife. Since these were just like prototype versions with the different scale deals, the blade's only in 5 CR, so yeah, very, very soft steel for the blade, but that's okay. It's still a fun knife, and it's great, you know, can't complain for something that's free. And Wicked Edge there was sharpening knives for free, so they put a solid edge to start with on it, because when they had it on the table for display, they didn't even have an edge, no grind put on it. Excuse my phone. Alright, so those are those. Let's go ahead and just kind of like try and move that out of the way and keep rocking and rolling. Alright, sorry about that. I had to stop recording because the damn train went by and the wife called, so I had to, you know, El Paso, you know how that is. But yeah, let's dive into the other ones. I have one more that I got for free, and this one, well, actually, technically 2. Hold on, I forgot to. I'm going to talk about this one actually last. This is an Artisan, if you don't know that design, but I'm going to talk about this one last. Okay, the other one that I got for free is no other than an EMP EDC knife. Y'all know, if you know, you know how much I love EMP EDC and how much I love my Pulse. I love, love, love my Pulse. My Pulse is my baby. I carry it every damn day and use it every damn day, and I love my EMPs. I have the Thick Boy, I have the Relative, and I have the Pulse, and now I have this one. Only because of somebody who did something they shouldn't have done at the show, and John's gracious kindness, like unbelievably over the top, sweet, sweet gesture of letting me have this. Yes, you heard that right. He let me take this home. This is one that I actually wanted before the Relative came out, and I held my tongue and saved my dollars, or I knew the Relative was coming out, and I really, really wanted the Relative, so I passed up on the Nimble W. And this so happened to be the one and only one that he had at the show, and it's the configuration that my heart was set on when this configuration first came out. And again, it was an insanely difficult decision for me at the time to pass up on it so that I could get the Relative, because I loved the Relative just a little bit more. But thank you, John. Thank you, EMP EDC. It's even numbered 114 out of 201. This is the Nimble W with the titanium fragged, titanium dark washed bronze accented with the pocket clip and hardware, and it's got both the horizontal grind and the vertical satin on the blade grind, on the edge grind. Oh my gosh, this thing is insane! Insane! I absolutely love it, and it's gonna be hard not to carry this one almost every other day. But thank you, John. And I'm telling you guys, this is why. All together, the fact that John and his wife are so sweet, and he is such a stellar guy. He built this company. If you don't know about this company, EMP EDC, look it up. Ask some people. Ask me in the comments. I'll gladly hit you up on Instagram and the chats and tell you the whole damn story. But because I've heard it straight from his mouth, you know, how everything went for him with this knife company and his designs, and it's an incredible Cinderella type story, and him and his wife are just such amazing people that I cannot say enough good things about. They've not just been super sweet to me, they are super sweet to everybody. He is such, I mean, he wears his heart on his sleeve, and it's hard not to love the man, and it's hard not to love what he does with EMP EDC. But this Nimble W is freaking awesome! It's awesome! And I am so happy. The main reason why he let it go was because somebody at the show went and squeezed the life out of the lock bar. You see how much lockup how far that lockup is? It should not be but maybe half of that at most. So, granted, I can fix it. Anybody could fix it to an extent in taking it apart and, you know, just applying some pressure. It's actually best to, like, shove a bunch of some stuff in there to bring it back out and leave it like that for like a week or two, and then it will help, but slowly it goes back to the condition that it is in now, which is not the greatest, but it does survive the spine whack test. G-Ball himself did the spine whack test on it. So at the Airbnb that he and the bunch were staying at, it's good even as it is. It'll function just fine. But thank you, John. Thank you, EMP EDC. Oh, I cannot say enough about them. Alright, so now let's get into the ones that I actually paid for. The first one is the one and only one that I had in my mind already going to the show. That was like, I knew that if they had it in the configuration that I wanted, then I was getting one. Because I had missed drop after drop for whatever reason when it happened, and they always went super quick. But this is the Knoll Knives Voodoo, and how cool is that for a sticker for the Voodoo? Skull with flames coming out, nice and red in it, and it just pops. Really cool sticker for the Voodoo. But the one that I wanted, in the configuration that I wanted, well, the only one that they had, and this was the last one that they had, and it was literally like the second booth that I went to. I damn near beelined it straight to their booth, and only made a very short, like 40-second stop at another booth because my eye caught something, and I was like, oh, let me see that. But no, so I went to the Knoll Knives table and grabbed this sucker. This is the black micarta, black bolster, frame lock, or you know, hidden frame lock, covered frame lock, black hardware, and black thumb stud with the stone washed blade. That is a hollow grind, and golly, is this an amazing hollow grind. Insanely thin behind the edge. I've already been cutting stuff with it, carried it for a couple of days. The couple of days since Blade Show, it pretty much went right in my pocket after I bought it, but and started using it right away. Yes, there's lots of videos on this knife, so I'm not going to cover it obviously here, but such a cool knife. Lots of little details to it that just make it really awesome. And yes, that was a must grab for me at the show, and I was so glad that I was able to get one. The last one that they had in that configuration. The only thing that would have made this better is if it was a black stonewash blade. I would have loved it even more if it was completely blacked out in the black stonewash. both blade and handle and black micarta. But that's all right. You know, maybe one day they'll make that version, and I just might have to pick it up. All right. The next one that caught my eye and that I had to, you know, could not say no to, was a company called Kato, however you pronounce it. This was the booth where Beard of Doom has his knife, the Soul Stone. And you're going to see me on my live this Friday when I'll be sporting his shirt with this Soul Stone wizard on it, which is a badass shirt and really cool looking wizard. Which I think is partially why he wanted me to dress up in that wizard costume that I have. Because he wanted me, he's probably going to try to get me to hang out at his booth for a while and be a wizard. as advertisement for his knife, the Soul Stone, which is a really cool knife that I might later down the road have to get, because it is, I mean, it's very doomy. But this knife was at the table there. It is, if I remember right, yeah, the knife name is the Komatsu. If the camera will focus. There we go. Komatsu. And it's a big boy. 4-inch blade of M390. And we got titanium and carbon fiber. It's a frame lock. Weighs 5.6 ounces. Close length is 5 inches. So it's a big boy. It's a big boy, which, you know, I was kind of wanting a big boy from Blade Show. So this fit the bill as far as a larger folder that had some color and flair to it. And it has some color and flair to it. The marbled carbon fiber is really freaking nice. There we go. You can see that. Isn't that some nice carbon fiber? Hell yeah, that's some sexy carbon fiber. Yeah. Woo! And check out the color job on the titanium. Look at that. Isn't that sick? That is so freaking sexy. Yeah. It is not a hollow grind. It's a flat grind, but it's a fairly tall flat grind, so it is actually somewhat fairly thin behind the edge. It's a slicer. It has no trouble slicey dicey. I mean, even the clip is anodized. And I got this for two reasons. One, you know, this is my jam with the blade shape, obviously. And you know, the marbled carbon fiber, I need a little bit more of that these days. The last year or so, I've not picked up so much carbon fiber, and they did an amazing job with the swirls in that. But the anodization job on this titanium is done by no other than yours truly, Dopey, and his Hi-Ho Customs anodization work. And I gotta tell you, he like picked up doing this anodization stuff just, I mean, maybe 2 years, if that. Like, and it was, he started off slow, dabbling and trying to figure out how to do it and what to do, and the way he was going to do it and what he was going for. But man, has he made leaps and bounds with it. You should see some of the stuff that he's made, that he's done to some knives. But yeah, check out Hi-Ho Customs. Dopey is a wizard himself when it comes to doing different types of anodization, and he's just killing it. That dude is killing it. So yeah, so I had to get a piece that had his handiwork, and this was a beautiful piece. So that's that one. It's a beast. It's a big boy. All right. So I picked up that one. It's also an M390, by the way. Check that knife out. That is one stellar of a knife. They've got several different versions of it, and it came with some good old tools, some good tools you can crank down on. All right, the next one. Well, this was the budget one. This is the Trevisa. This is the crap with the AUR. I just posted the video on this sucker. so I'm not even going to bother taking it out of the box. But yeah, this is cool. It's got a nice sheep's footy blade. Really great budget knife that goes. I think it's on White Mountain Knives right now for like $58. Then you get your 10% off, so you're paying less than $55 for it, which is a really darn good deal for micarta and 14C28N. So great knife. This is gonna be given away on the live Friday, just in a day or two, and with a little bit of swag, some goodies. So look forward to seeing y'all in the live for that. And then this is the other one that I bought that I had absolutely no intentions of buying, but it looked way too damn cool and had my vibes all over it. It's a knife done by Something Obscene. If you know the name, you know the knife. It is called the Lek, which Lek, if you look it up, has two meanings, and I'm going to reach out to them on Instagram and see and ask them which meaning they prefer it to reference to, because one of the meanings for the word Lek is a little risque, and the other one's kind of just, you know, straightforward. So I'm curious as to which one they have referencing the knife to in the word Lek. But yeah, 20 CV, and it's been murdered out with a sweet ass stonewash, both the blade, hardware, and handle, titanium handle, and they got their signature fist bump on there. And one, like, you know, you put a damn fist bump on anything, there's the handful of generations that grew up with the fist bump, that damn near invented the fist bump. You know, we gravitate towards that instantly, right? Yeah, and it's on both sides of the blade too, so how about that? But big old warny, cool little drop, you know, double stair drop off, triangular thumb stud. This is a sweet knife, and it actually has pretty darn good ergos for those lines. Like, it's pretty darn comfortable in the hand. Milled titanium clip, and it's got some good milling job on this guy. And so yeah, I picked this up. Yeah, their table was like right at the entrance of the smaller room, and so like you couldn't miss it. You had to walk by it every time you went into the smaller room. And this one was just, it just kept staring me in the face and said, "Buy me, buy me." So I picked this guy up, and it's awesome. It's a really cool knife. So yeah, as you can see, all of these knives have that warny cliff's foot, sheep's footy, cleaver-esque blade shape, and a lot of titanium. That's kind of been, that's how it went for me in my scores at Blade Show. I also picked up this hat, which has a cool topographic pattern to it. I absolutely love that. I forget whose emblem that is, but that's a pretty sick emblem. So nice trucker's hat, great for in the summer. Yeah, so cool little hat. I also got the DLT. Had these mats. These are solid mats, again in the topographic pattern that I absolutely love. I love my topo. And then the last knife that I got for free, and this was truly, it warmed my heart, and it's gonna warm my heart even more when it warms the heart of another good friend of mine, somebody that I wish so badly and hope that one day I will be able to meet. That is Eonin's Edge. If you don't know Eonin's Edge, he's not cranking out a lot of volume on his channel right now because he's going through some stuff with his, you know, he's taking a lot of personal time, family and everything. His wife has been battling illness for a number of years. Yeah, you probably can guess it. It's cancer. So I'm not going to say more than that because that's his business, and if he wants to talk about it, he can talk about it. I don't need to talk about it. But he did not make it to Blade Show primarily because of that. And he put out, I think in February, a list of, like, and mentioned it in one of his last lives that he did, like 10 knives. And sorry, my neighbor's mowing his yard. But he put out a list of 10 knives that he really wanted to, his goals of picking up this year. And this particular artisan, I know it's been out for a while, but the Ahab was on his list. It was one of them that he wanted to acquire and check out. And so I went to the Artisan CJRB booth and talked to the guy Nico, which is a younger fellow, really sweet dude, really cool guy. And I told him the bare minimum about Eonin, and I was going to purchase. I was telling him because I wanted to purchase this knife because he said it was the last one they had, and I was worried that he was gonna say we can't sell it because we want it for as a display for the entire show. And sometimes they'll let you buy them at the end, but then they give them away. Who knows? So in all effort to avoid that, I was like, here's a heartfelt story of my friend that I want to acquire this for. And so I asked him if I could buy it. He told me that he wanted to take care of it, that he wanted me to be able to take this and send this to Eonin. And so I didn't have to pay for it. Nico took care of it for me, and bless his heart, what a stellar guy. It was hard to talk to him about the whole thing and me not get super emotional and tear up, because Eonin's a really, really good guy. What he's going through right now, I could never imagine. So Eonin, if you see this video, this is yours, man. This is yours. I'm gonna send this to you, and just that's how amazing our community is. That's how amazing the people in our community can be and are. So thank you, Nico. Thank you, Artisan, and Eonin. My heart's out to you, buddy, and I hope this brings you at least a smile and a little bit of joy in your tough times. So there you go. So that's my haul for Blade Show. I know I kind of ended it on a bit of a sad bit, but no, it was a lot of fun. And so watch my live in a couple days here, Friday, Father's Day weekend live. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about what I saw at Blade Show and the fun times that we all had, and all the cool people that I got to hang out, that I get to hang out with every year I go. Some new people that I got to meet and hang out with this year, which was awesome. That's what I got. Hope you enjoyed me sharing, and I look forward to lives and getting back into doing some giveaways now that I can go back to affording to do it. And I'll see you guys. Peace.